Hey, Lynn. So I just finished your video. Sorry. Um, and sorry. So wanted to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed your jokes, and I think this Whitney Houston one has been my favorite so far. I might have to use it at work. It was fantastic. Um, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into my reply uh, to your video. So, the solution focused therapy, I'll admit on that one, I kind of went through that one really fast because of time. Um, and so, because I've gone back to work already, which I'm assuming most of us have, and they say they give us time during teacher in service to do stuff. But no, I feel like I get 30 minutes into something and then I'm called to a different direction, and it's driven me crazy over the last 2 days. So, um, so I'm not as versed in this one. But I like what you pointed out. I enjoyed this because you actually are like, you're, sorry, it's going to sound weird. But like you are, you finding this one to be very helpful and in a positive way is actually very encouraging, because for me, like many people, and that's probably why it's put in there, that it appears simple but it's kind of challenging, because we as humans we focus a lot on negative, and it's hard for us to find positive, especially when we're struggling, when we're in the midst of some sort of conflict, um, or some sort of dysfunction. Like, it is so hard to work our way through. Sorry, my dog's about to bark. Don't. Um, uh, but it's hard for us to work our way through that without help. Hence, going to therapy, going to counseling. And so I really like that you picked this one, because from everything I've seen, it does really focus on strengths and it does focus on positive things. Um, and so, and I love that miracle question. It's focusing on the positive. It's almost like answering that question. It's almost like thinking ahead, or putting yourself 50 steps away from where you are. I'm just highlighting that. And it makes me think of a scene in Hidden Figures where I guess Dr. Johnson? No. Does she have a doctorate? Anyways, Barbara Johnson, I think, where she is calculating all these trajectories, and Kevin Costner, the director that she works for, they're having a late night discussion, and they're talking about getting on the moon, and something that they're still years away from doing. And excuse me, allergies are kicking me. And they both are like, I'm already there. When they're in this physical moment, they are, they're not there yet. We're just working on getting into outer space and orbiting around, Earth. But in their minds, their goal, they're seeing themselves already at the destination they want to be at. They want to be on the moon. And so I think this kind of miracle question is very similar to that. And you kind of have to envision yourself in that, you really have to envision yourself where you want to be. And I think that's kind of what that miracle question does. And I think it also kind of gives you the strength to get to the next step. Okay, I see myself here. Here's my next step. And I kind of do that. I know with going through these classes, another hard part about going to work is, we have been focused on school counseling all summer. And so my brain, my thinking right now is in that school counselor mode. But now when I get back to work, I got to think more at the instructional level, where I'm looking at data, we're looking at lesson plans, we're looking at t-tests, we're looking at TIA and all this other stuff, and so I'm having to reformat my brain where, because I'm already thinking ahead of my new job as a school counselor somewhere. And so, but that's a kind of, I like that miracle question there. And then, that's kind of the one that stuck with me the most on your video was that miracle question, and your response to that. So, it looks like I'm at about 5.5 minutes, and I've really enjoyed your videos, and I've thoroughly enjoyed your jokes. Bye.